Alright my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we're going to be checking out the Thrustmaster T248 on RENNSPORT now that it is available to download on Steam. So I wanted to go ahead and get in here and see what we can do with this game. Wait a minute. Looks like I'm going to have to use this still. So let's see, options, controls. Okay, we are set up. I did set this up the other day. I just did not have time to get in here and play with a lot of stuff. So we're going to go into this force feedback stuff. Let me see what I got set on here. Rotation, we'll have that set to 540. And then force feedback 3. Okay, done. Okay. So we'll get out of that. So we're set on I think we're gonna knock this down to about 50 because I've been trying to get this right. So we're just gonna start with 50 and see how that feels. Sensitivity was okay, I think, and then minimum force. So tick rate, yeah. So we're on PC, so we should be able to use the 400 Hertz or whatever. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and leave that menu and then go into play. We're just gonna do a quick little, let's see. Yeah, you know what? We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll just use the 963 Porsche on the Nürburgring, and yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Yes. No. Back. What are you doing to me, game? Start trial. All right, so I don't know if any of the other stuff is going to be set up in the Thrustmaster. I did try this. Let me turn that sound down just a wee bit because we don't need that. That sounds a bit harsh for what we're doing. So 5 should be all right. So all right, we do have the feedback. 540 seems to be pretty decent. So let's go ahead and see how this will turn out. All right, so we do have force feedback. We do have all the bumps, jolts. This feels definitely better than what it was feeling yesterday with it maxed out. This feels a lot more consistent. Yeah, this definitely, okay. It was kind of tricky yesterday, guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was sitting here and I was like, dang, why does this not feel that good after this game, like this feeling incredible on Assetto Corsa, on Automobilista 2, like this wheel setup feels fine on, oh gosh, my brakes are locking up on me. You can feel it when your brakes lock up, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Like it just it like literally makes you feel like you're sliding across the ground. That is cool. I do like that. It does kind of feel like you're not getting nothing though, but at the same time it's like, oh man, like I'm absolutely, oh boy. I mean, that was, oh shoot. Man, you got there's definitely some good slide on this game for sure. To be completely honest with you, I kind of feel like I should have better traction than that, but I don't know. Like this is, it was the same way with my Fanatec too. So I was like, man, what the heck is going on with this game? Like this thing is free to play, guys. So it's like, you can put like all the emphasis that you want on it, but I mean, what's here is very, very minimal in like tracks, cars, stuff like that. Like it's almost like the one thing that they got on this game was to just make everything beautiful, and you literally have to pay $20 for this track, the Nordschleife. Like you have to pay $20. You have to buy the Founders, at least one of the Founders editions. I did buy that over on, I only bought that on the Epic Game Store, and it transferred right over to to the steam, so I am perfectly okay with that. If I can get like the wheel to feel good, then I will do like VR and see how VR works on this. But if I can't get a good enough overall feeling out of force feedback and driving and stuff like that, then I don't even know if it's something that I want to try. Like I don't even know if I'm convinced to the point to where I want to actually put time into RENNSPORT. I mean, the visuals are one thing and it looks great, but is this a game that I want to sit here and try to learn all of the stuff? I mean, obviously I'm driving it with zero freaking assists or anything like that, so it is pretty all over the place. I probably should have at least ABS while I'm doing this, maybe a slight little bit of traction control, maybe set up like GT3 freaking traction control and stuff with this, so it's not so whoa, shoot, slippery like that. Whew. Just starting out in like second gear. Yeah, this car feels really slippery without any of the little easy peasy stuff on there. Which, I mean, it's not bad. Like you're just gonna have to really pay attention to what you're doing. Being able to set at 540 for my steering ratio is absolutely probably incredible, especially in a car like this Porsche 963. I kind of like that. I like having like a little bit when it's got the like the GT rims like that. I really like to have control over my steering ratio, and that's like an amazing thing about the Thrustmaster T248, having that ability. Whoa, man, see, my brakes were locking up and I was getting, oh, I didn't need to be in first. Oh, I don't know. You just never know on this one. Like, overall force feedback feels good now that I turned that down. At 75, it was rough. Like it was rough, like it was just rocking the boat and everything. Oh yeah, I should be at higher. Having trouble figuring out where I'm at. Like you get that like that stiffness in the road and everything. Oh, cool boy. Oh, there goes my freaking tire, man. Like, I don't know. This game here kind of just feels all over the place. Like the damage model on it, like it's pretty brutal. Like, let's see if I can change like the view. Let's see if we can change like the view. I don't know what the button is for the view. I don't think I can change it right now. But yeah, I think my tire is absolutely destroyed because I have like zero freaking. I have zero smoothness now. Yeah, see, we're done. We're done. Gosh dang. I'm just gonna try to make it around the track and kind of talk to you guys about this game. I don't know, guys. I'm feeling RENNSPORT, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Like my car is absolutely freaking destroyed. I feel like the force feedback in the car on this game is off. It's definitely not as good as like Assetto Corsa Competizione. Nowhere near like an Automobilista 2. This thing has its own freaking brain. Honestly, guys, a lot of the force feedback on this game really just feels pretty canned, like it's fake or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel as good as it does on something like ACC or anything else. It's like when you hit like these strips, these rumble strips, it's violent rumble. You know what I mean? It's like it's just a violent rumble. Like you go over on ACC, like you go over like the weather strips or something like that, and and it gives you that nice little textured feeling in your hands. Whereas this right here, it literally, everything just feels super violent. That's why I crashed. That's why my tire is broken right now, is because coming around those turns, the freaking force feedback was so dang violent that it did not feel like a smooth experience like it would on, man, I've driven this track so many times that just didn't make any freaking sense to me that it's that bad. That it's that bad. Yeah, I've never felt violent freaking, yeah, look at this, man. Can barely even, my freaking tire is absolutely destroyed. Can't even freaking, couldn't even freaking go straight. I mean, the only saving grace for this game is literally the visuals. Yeah, like look at this. My tire's so busted up. Oh my gosh. That's so annoying. I do like the damage model though. Like I do like that. I would definitely keep people like from trying to run into each other, but if they don't fix this force feedback, then there's like nothing's gonna save this. I've played this on the Fanatec too, so on the Fanatec it's the same way. Like the force feedback just doesn't feel I mean, yeah, it doesn't feel right, guys. It don't feel right to me. Okay, I was gonna try to do the whole thing, but I can't do it. I can't. Yeah, this is so annoying. This is so annoying, guys. So, it definitely needs some work. There is some fun with it. Setting your stuff up to play on this game is going to be a little bit tough at first. Obviously, just setting it to 50 made the Thrustmaster feel better. It's basically the same way on the Fanatec as well. The Fanatec is just obviously direct drive. So, but yeah, that's just been my overall, like, this force feedback just feels off. Like, I mean, you could obviously get used to it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you could easily get used to the force feedback and learn all the nuances and all of that stuff and probably get very, very good at this game. I mean, it definitely delivers that, like, for real. Like, there is an experience here that you're gonna spend a lot of time learning how to get used to all this, man. It's just not gonna be, like, I can transition from Assetto Corsa Competizione right over to Automobilista 2, straight over to Forza Motorsport, all the way over to Gran Turismo. I can transition pretty smoothly across all those games and get the same lap times, get closer to beating lap times, beating lap times, whatever, you know, having a stable racing line, stuff like that. I can do that with all those other games. This one here, it's not an easy transition, but in all fairness, I've only put maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours into this, mainly testing it out on the Fanatec, testing it out on the Thrustmaster, putting a couple videos out to see if people are actually even interested in this game. And I mean, obviously this here is another one of those videos to test out and see. This is probably the first time that the Thrustmaster T248 hasn't felt like super awesome. But yeah, I mean, I started trying to play this on the Fanatec. Actually, I started trying to play this game on the Kama C12, and it just wouldn't even freaking work. And so I was like, what the freak? So I pulled out the Fanatec, and I put that back on, and yeah, man, it's just been a nightmare with RENNSPORT. So I don't know, guys. I feel like this is probably the last video I'm making on it, and I'm probably just going to delete it and wait for it to get to a point where it's actually worth playing. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.